days you're gonna win. They say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No, if you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your look, you're coming out on the ground. You gotta save me now, you better turn around. And I looked around, I was heading down on somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take.
Good morning. It's Monday. It's Cinco de Mayo. It's 9:16, and it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com and RoseHoop TV. Rusty Wheat joins us in just a couple of minutes' time, 10:35. That belongs to Hayner Library for Beyond the Shelves because it is the first Monday of May. It's a good day. The deck's getting done today, and life's looking good. I'm excited for it. I had a great weekend. I hope you guys did too. Man, Max was busy on Saturday. We had a good time down there, and hope your horse won because mine sure as hell didn't. At 9:16, here's what you need to know. Make sure you sign up for your top of the hour or your daily dose of everything local and your daily email update that's full of your number one source of news. You know, you can get AP News a part of this email too, where you get statewide and national news releases so you can stay up to date that way. Plus, your local news from Dan, Sydney, and Dalton, the team upstairs, and classifieds, events coming down the pipeline, a really good source of information. You can also download the new RiverBender.com app. Man, that's looking really good on the Apple Play Store or the Google Play Store today, and you'll never miss out and get your push notifications as well. We'll take you right to East Alton first. We had this story on just a couple of days ago. A collision involving two vehicles occurred at the intersection of Berkshire Boulevard and Wood River Avenue in East Alton around 3:03 p.m. on Thursday. Authorities report the crash resulted from a road rage incident on Wood River Avenue, where one driver ran a red light in an attempt to evade the other. East Alton Police Chief Scott Golike described the impact as unusual for the location. The injuries were minor during this, one occupant taken to a hospital by ambulance, while another was treated at the scene and released. A traffic citation was issued in connection with the incident. Also in the news today, two Riverbend residents, Henry Lakin, 37 years of age of Alton, and David Miller, 50 of Granite, have been charged with Class 2 felony burglary for unlawfully entering a building at the Sunnybrook Apartments construction site in Alton on March the 7th. The incident occurred at the site located on Washington Avenue, where they allegedly intended to commit theft. Both suspects were arrested by Alton police and have been granted pretrial release. Miller faces additional burglary charges from a separate case, one we followed in Granite City. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In local sports, Marquette Catholic High School has announced the return of Steve Medford as the head boys basketball coach, marking his return to the Explorers. Medford led the team from 2010 to 2022 and boasts an impressive record of 276 wins and 85 losses, including 10 20-win seasons and an undefeated year in 2017 and 2018. Under his leadership, the team secured 8 IHSA regional championships and 1 IHSA sectional. Medford, a 7-time IBCA District 19 Coach of the Year, expressed excitement about returning to his passion for coaching and shaping young athletes. Marquette looks forward to his leadership following last season's 16 and 17 finish. Also, in regional news, Dwayne Franklin, 41 of St. Louis, charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and multiple weapon offenses following the fatal shooting of 58-year-old Kenneth Whitehorn in Granite City. The incident occurred on April the 20th when Franklin allegedly shot Whitehorn in the head with a 9mm handgun, which he was not legally permitted to possess due to prior felony convictions. Authorities revealed Franklin was involved in illicit activities with co-defendants shortly before the shooting occurred and attempted to dispose of the murder weapon afterwards. 2 others, Brittany Howard and Michael McCollum, also face charges related to this case. Franklin and McCollum both remain in custody, while Howard is considered armed and dangerous, and we'll keep you updated as more details emerge on this case. Back to Wood River. Wood River is set to host its lively summer kickoff festival on Saturday, May the 17th from 11 a.m. until 2. Residents from Riverbend region are invited to enjoy a day packed with live music by local favorite Spencer McDowell, food trucks, and over 30 craft vendors. Plenty of family fun downtown at the corner of Wood River Avenue and Ferguson. Highlights include surprise games, mini golf, a dunk tank featuring city officials, giving attendees a chance to engage with community leaders. Shops and restaurants will be open in the Main Street District, making this event a perfect start to the summer. For more details, you can check out the official listing on the Facebook page for Wood River Main Street or on the RiverBender.com community calendar. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend today. Let's see why my voice is already going out at 9:21. Rusty, I've been doing the show for 4 minutes and my allergies are already getting to me. Right now it's 51 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 53. Humidity at 83%. Today a shower cloudy this morning, then periods of clouds and sunshine this afternoon. Tonight a shower in spots this evening. Otherwise it will turn cloudy and chilly, plus some fog later on this evening. Air quality at 51, which is moderate. I do not buy it. Grass is moderate. Mold is low. Ragweed and tree levels are elevated today as well. Temperatures today will only reach about 61 degrees. We might get there, and then a low temperature of 44 as we head into Tuesday. For the next 4 days, though, man, weather's looking good. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies, a high of 72, a low of 50. On Wednesday, a high of 70, a low of 52 degrees. And on Thursday, partly sunny skies, a high of 73, a low of 47 degrees. And then on Friday, the 9th day of May, a high of 67, a low of 46 as we start our Mother's Day weekend. Man, this year's flying by. That's a look at the next 5. Here's what's happening now. It's 51 degrees in downtown Alton at 9:21 for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by just downloading that RiverBender.com app. Hey, while I have you, before we take a quick break and talk to Rusty, let me fill you in on, catering made simple and your meals just done right at Carver's, no matter what time of day, no matter what day of the week, no matter what occasion. Carver's Barbecue, best barbecue in town, plus that award winner is going to put a smile on you and your family's face every time you stop in or every time you call them to cater. You can walk into that barbecue shop today right there on Groveland. Love the place. Bring $20 if you're over 21. Stick it into a slot machine and you have a chance to win $180, $200, and then boom, lunch taken care of, and lunch is great. Listen, graduation parties are coming. Mother's Day's right around the corner, plus Father's Day and 4th of July. Memorial Day. I can go on and on and on and on because holiday season is here, and so is all the summer get-togethers. Why don't you just have Carver's cater? I mean, come on. Sometimes, cooking can get a little rough, especially when you're cooking for a crowd and you always have to deal with the troublesome relative that always has to critique you like you're on one of Gordon Ramsay's shows. You don't have to worry about that because Carver's is going to make everybody happy. They got a meal for literally everybody in your family, a sauce for everybody, and things are just simple over there. You can go to carversbbq.com. Learn more today, and whenever it turns to lunchtime, go ahead and place your order online, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Hey, why don't we do this? We'll take a break. We'll take a look at downtown Alton, and then we'll talk some trash with Rusty Wheat. Get the latest from all the latest litter pickup efforts throughout the region. More Daily Show right after this.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Coming and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey, Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend is sticking around. Take the load off, Fanny. Take the load for free. Take the load off, Fanny.
Welcome back to our daily show, 927, little bit of change.
Morning.
Rusty, how's life treating you, man?
Hey, I couldn't be any better. If it was, I wouldn't be able to stand myself.
Well, it's been really cool to see everything that, you've been able to have an impact on lately with the community cleanup efforts. You're keeping 143 nice. Just drove by that the other day and just made the Wood River Business Alliance or Main Street
I
Facebook
saw that.
page.
Thank you very much, Christine Burns, for putting that on there. I didn't even know that was there. That was very gracious of them to put that on there. Yeah, I realized that I forgot that they had rescheduled their Wood River City cleanup.
Yeah.
And I was on my way home from the park that morning, and I saw some trash, and I thought then I realized that was their day. So I just got my stuff and went on out there and participated. I didn't sign up or anything. No donuts for me. I just jumped in on it.
I love it. Hey, and then I like your hat, B&B Custom Gifts doing
Yes, it says Talking Trash. That's my logo. I wish, it's just part of who I am.
I like it, man.
I talk trash all the time.
What are we talking about today?
Whatever you want to, man. It's been pretty exciting. I was like I mentioned, I got to work with I was part of the Wood River cleanup. That was cool. I worked with the Pride group on their annual cleanup on cleaned up the Beltline.
How'd that go?
I was out there and I picked it. There's enough trash for everybody out there, man. It really is. I'm wondering what it's going to look like when they cut the grass, because there's so much trash that's been buried out there underneath the grass. Some of the stuff, like the plastic, is starting to dissolve. So it's been there for a couple of years.
And I guess they just have certain schedules for the grass and all that for
Yeah,
IDOT.
IDOT does. They've always cut the past couple of years. IDOT has had to cut back on their grass cutting just down to twice a year.
Is it just budget?
Yeah, budget concerns. And they tried to get out crews to pick up the trash before, about 2 weeks before they cut. But, and they have an emergency basis where they cut 3 times, so they automatically budget in this area. They just budget for that.
Okay.
So, but typically they're only, with the powers that be that are in charge, they've only budget them twice a year, 3 times in emergency.
I'm sure it's a nightmare, though, whenever they do cut, because you're right, all the stuff that's underneath of it.
I take a lot of heat because I confiscate yard signs. I call them distressed yard signs, but I see them all. I see them all over the place. Grass cutting firms, political signs, tree cutting firms. These guys, and I understand they're trying to make a living, so they pop these signs in wherever they can. But they're illegal. They're illegal to put along the interstate. And what happens is, I couldn't be more sympathetic to them. But the guys that are cutting the grass are not. They won't stop to take those signs down. They cut right over them. They just shred them all over the place, and then it's just a problem for me. So I confiscate the distressed ones, and unfortunately, all of them have been distressed that I found. So if you're wanting to advertise your business on 143, you're going to find that your signs are going to be distressed in some way, shape, or form. And you can pick them up down at the police
station. You know how many
station.
people are sitting there probably going, I wonder where my damn sign went.
Yeah, I'm telling you where they're at. You know, I got some of them out in my garden, and I got that I use for weed barrier, and I have some of them down at the police station.
Oh my God, I love this. That's great.
Everybody's got to do their part. That's my way of doing my part. But other than that, I've been staying busy, man. I just I'm out there on my trash route every week. And this pride thing kind of caught me off guard. They gave me an award.
Yeah, that's
which
right.
was very nice.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I was upstaged by an 8-year-old little boy. Sydney wrote a wonderful article about him and just cracked me up. I thought, man, I'm in competition for this award for this 8-year-old. There's no way I'm going to win this thing. But I pulled it out. Man.
Did you?
I got some kind of consolation prize or something.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Hey, second place ain't bad. You know, you made it to the show.
They let me up there to talk, believe it or not.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was so funny because I was scheduled to sit next to Mayor Goins.
Oh, wow.
When I got there, they go, you're sitting next to Mayor Goins, and I thought, oh, wonderful, this is going to be great, because him and I are not the best of friends, you know, but there's always possibilities.
That's always
There's always possibilities. But he sent someone, maybe he felt the heat, I don't know.
No.
But he didn't show, he sent, I think her name is Stephanie Elliott.
Oh, yeah, Alderwoman Elliott. She is a wonderful woman.
Oh, we sat there and chatted, and we talked about her issues and our issues, and it was really nice.
Are you going to help Ward 6 out a little bit?
Probably not.
Okay.
You know, probably not. But there again, they haven't requested.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just trying. I'm very hindrance. I don't like to volunteer myself too much out there, because you get a lot of requests to clean up homeless, and just a lot of lazy neighbors and stuff, and I'm just not into that.
Yeah, you know what? That does get on my darn nerves, because it's like you're going home to this every day. You know, I mean, you can obviously see the trash.
We can all do our part, and part of my shtick is accountability. You know, recently I held a park official accountable because of all the beer cans I was finding in his area, you know, and man, I'm getting like the cold shoulder now from some of the city employees that didn't like it because I called them out. But the consequences of it, the beer cans are all gone. The new administration the new people that are taking over the Parks Department in that capacity have made an effort.
Good.
Good. So it was a
Yeah.
positive thing. So yeah, my shoulders are big. I have a lot of problems that they weigh on me, but most of those problems go away because I don't have any trash to deal with. You know.
I just like you're always honest, because I know the moment you said, Stephanie, that it was going to be a great night for you. Because man, Alderwoman Elliott and I, we could talk for hours.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was a wonderful
lady.
woman.
Good
People
lady.
are lucky. Now she told me that she's on her third administration, and she may not do it again because she's very frustrated with the lack of support that she gets, and I think that would be unfortunate. I think if people are out there in Alton can hear my voice, I don't know that woman, but she's very concerned about her constituents, and that's something to be said. You know?
Well, for sure, and you know, with that being said, what were you able to talk about?
Just various different things in her community. Just clean up efforts, and she feels strongly that her community doesn't get enough.
Your speech.
I just wanted to let everybody know that this award, although it's nice, but the people that drive by and honk at me and tell me thank you, and war veterans that come over and thank me, you know, those types of things are just as important as this award. Although I'm humbled by the award, people that just drive by and offer their service or thank me mean just as much. Yeah. But let's keep in mind that this is not a town award. You know, and if it was like I'm getting an award, I told Mayor Tom Stockup I won't accept any type of award there because I don't live in Wood River Township. But this was a pride award for the entire community. Yeah. You know, and I guess it was based out of Godfrey, and I haven't done much work up in Godfrey. So it was really very nice. It was just an award. It was a community award, and that's my whole shtick. I work for the community, man. man. I don't work for any particular town.
Right.
I go where the trash is, and the trash is all over our community. And they recognize me for that. I couldn't be happier. Mike McCormick, the mayor of Alton, stopped her. I talked to him. Godfrey, I'm sorry, yeah. Mike, I don't know him very well, but we chatted for a few seconds, and he goes, hey, I'm going to talk to Sydney, have her get a hold of you. We have a cleanup project we want to do. So I thought, Sydney, and then I remember Sydney's mom works for him, so I didn't know if he was referring to her. I called Sydney, and I told her to do some investigating, find out what needs to be done up there. And she's already got a uniform, so I'm going to put her to work.
There you go.
We get
That's
something
exactly
going up in Godfrey.
See, Sydney has the hard job. I just have to come in here and talk. She's got to roll up the sleeves, you know.
I enjoy her stuff. I enjoy your stuff. I listen all the time. I texted you the other day. You were talking about Foster's The Light in the Dark.
Oh, yeah, she's great, isn't she?
A wonderful organization. She's so sincere, and my heart bleeds for her because she's been through so much. So
got a lot of respect.
I do a lot of when I do my trash pickups, I always take a picture of them before I.it. I register them with I.it, and I always like to post in Facebook, this week's cleanup is in for such and such. And sometimes it's businesses, sometimes just a nice organization, and I've done that with hers. I don't know her. I've never met her actually, but I have done a cleanup for her because of that.
Well, and I think it's so cool that you do those things, though, because you're right. It's like you said with the award. It's a community thing. You know,
it's a good feeling thing, man. I never realized, the trash is coming along. Chris Lusher's done a good job.
He has, man.
I was talking to Marcos Polito today. He's a chief deputy.
He's a good guy, too.
Chief deputy from Madison County. And we was talking about the impact that they've had on their periodic police presence.
They've been getting some guys for litter big time.
And I can only testify that very seldom, I've been doing this for almost about 26 months now, and very seldom do I have a week off where I don't have much trash to pick up. And the past couple times in the past few months, I've had had a week here and there where I just went to another area to work, but that's a positive sign because my stretch is the belly of the beast where they're going to the landfill. Yeah. And hats off to the landfill too. They're doing some different things.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, they're very gracious, man. I could call them and say, hey, you guys need to clean this area up, and then the next day they'll have a crew out there.
That's really cool to know too.
That wasn't happening before.
Yeah,
that's not happening. So a lot of positive things in that category. So I had the Wood River cleanup, the Pride cleanup. They gave me that very nice award. I'm waiting to hear back on the Madison County grants that they issued. Remember, I said I wasn't eligible for a grant because I work in my community instead of a specific town.
Right.
But Roxanna has been gracious enough to find out about getting some barricades for me.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
So when I clean up stretches in their area, I'll be able to utilize their barricades, which is great because the barricades I have are heavy. I make them out of wood, and they're heavy, and so this would be nice. It'd be nice to have some safety barricades out there.
Well, and I think it's cool, though, that they're working with you, though, and recognizing that, hey, let's help this guy out if he's, doing his part. That's cool.
Yeah, now I might add that Roxanna gets like $1.6 million a year from the landfill.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty happy that they're going to utilize that grant because, see, I'm hardcore on Chris Lusher and that grant that's going out there because I told him the last thing the community needs is more damn T-shirts. They issue these grants and these organizations buy T-shirts and they pass them out to everybody, and they spend more time worrying about what size you are than where the trash is at.
That's a good.
Yeah, I love being involved in these cleanups, but man, they drive me crazy because they're so loose on so many different ends. It's like, hey, we're picking up trash. Go wherever you want. Well, hell, you can do that any day of the week. You don't have to do that on a particular trash cleanup day. Get your stuff together. Know where you're going to go. Attack a particular area.
I agree. You got them open to stick around, Rusty.
I got more than that.
There you go. Hey, if you want to find your pot of gold, you head over to Village Dispensary, where their inventory is as legendary as Willie's tour bus, with vapes, flowers, topical tinctures, edibles, and concentrates, accessories to brighten your day and elevate that experience. They're staff friendlier than Woody Harrelson at a hemp convention, and they'll have you in and out in no time. Visit VillageDispo.com. Check out their top quality products. They got those select bricks right now on sale. Those are 2 grammers for 20% off. And then when you stop by, don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nicello on RiverBender.com.
You wanna stay out with your fancy friends? I'm telling you, it's gotta be the end. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down.
Welcome back. 9:42. Rusty back in studio. So, you've been using purple bags to support Denise Sparks, who, by the way, is the greatest. SparksJunkRemoval.net, environmentally and friendly, and they ain't letting trash fly out of the back of their truck. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I was hoping she would be here today, but man, she's busier than I don't know. She's busy woman. Every time I talk to her, man, she's got issues. People are coming at her for EPA reasons and stuff and trying to just befuddle her business a little bit. And I want to put something. I'm very happy that Christine Burns won that woman on the Watch
wasn't that
Award.
cool for her?
I thought that was very nice
because she does a lot of effort.
But I hope that they're paying attention to Denise Sparks and what she does as well.
Yeah.
I know it's a little different capacity. Christine's involved in drawing new business in the area and doing different things like that. But Denise does so much for the community with the business that she's done. So I hope at some point in time they could recognize her too, because she may not be someone to watch, but I like to watch her because I think she's outstanding.
Well, no, she is, because I honestly, Rusty, I think and I've told Denise this off the air, and I can say it on the air too. It's one of those where she's doing a lot to structure her company to where she can really be a big player here within the next couple.
That's
of years.
why I use purple bags.
Yeah,
I use purple bags because that's their color of their business, and I support the people that do things right. Sparks,
and she does.
Junk Service does things right. So I buy my own bags. I do weekly cleanups. If you see a purple bag out there alongside the road, that's mine. That's not IDOT's. That's not IDOT's, and that's because I support Denise Sparks. With that said, I wanted to tell a funny story. I talked to Chris Brown from IDOT. I work closely with those guys all the time. They pick up my trash once a week. And he tells me these funny stories that sometimes, and the guys would always go out and pick up my trash, and they'd be gone for a while, and they would come back with all these orange bags. And Chris would say, "What have you guys been up to?" And they say, "Well, we've been picking up trash." And they could tell no difference because IDOT uses orange bags. But once I switched over to purple bags, they could no longer use that same excuse. So when they go out and pick up my bags, they would come back, and Chris says, "What have you guys been doing?" He goes, "Oh, we've been picking up trash." And then well, that's bull crap, because I know where those purple bags come from.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we get a good laugh with that. I respect those guys from my dot.
They do a lot of good
job.
stuff.
Man, they have a hard job. People think it's an easy job.
Oh,
for them,
hell
but
no.
It's a brutal job because they're out there on the road all the time.
Well, and people can't drive.
Yeah. And I was attacked by a raccoon the other day. I get up early. I walk at Belk Park about 4 a.m. I don't need any stalkers out there or anything, but at 4 a.m, I'm out there. And I was walking the day of the Wood River cleanup. I was out there walking, and I noticed something on the pavement ahead of me that was kind of dark, but that's not uncommon because there's ducks out there walking around. And I got closer and closer, and all of a sudden this thing rolled over and hissed at me, howled at me, or whatever. It made some kind of weird noise. And I knew right away it was a possum or a raccoon. And then it started moving closer to me, sort of like jogging at me, and I started having to jog backwards because I was pretty startled. I didn't know what it was.
Those damn things are mean, though.
I realized it was a raccoon, so I started throwing sticks at it, trying to back off, and it would not leave. And I ran into raccoons out there all the time, and they always vamoose. They don't ever stick around.
Not a
This was coming at me, and I kept throwing sticks at it, trying to get it to go away, and it wouldn't. And then I realized there's something seriously wrong, a distemper, rabies, or something. And then it started rolling around and scratching itself. And then it went into a period of time where it was absolutely dormant and just sitting there licking itself. And you start thinking, what a cute animal, and you walk a little closer thinking that surely this is me and it's nothing. I thought maybe this had to be a pet. And then I got a little closer and it did the same thing again. So.
Well, that happened to me once with a squirrel. It was like, honestly, it wasn't a squirrel though, Rusty. It looked like a squirrel chipmunk, like, crossbreed. It was weird. It was
a hybrid.
Yeah, that's something you'd see at Walmart at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It was just it was so bad looking. It was like it had an eye that was larger than the other, and like it had a little arm.
Wow.
Like I'm telling you, it was the whole kit and
caboodle. That would be scary to see.
It was, but it ran on 2 legs.
Oh.
It ran like a lizard. It ran like a lizard at me, seriously. It across the driveway, trying to bite.
That is
because I was going to save its life. I thought this thing's dying. Look at it. It was mutated.
That is unusual.
It was mutated.
I'd watch. You can do what I do, man. You could call the police. I called the cops, and I said, hey, what am I supposed to do? Because there's people that walk by there, and I didn't want him attacking them. And a lot of dogs and stuff are out there, too. So I thought this thing is, I'll let them deal with it.
Oh, my God.
So they come out there. And I said, I've been standing here for a half hour watching him, and there's something wrong with it. I'll let you guys make the determination on what needs to be done. And he said, okay. And I walked away, and then I heard a ba-boom, ba-boom. So I just only assume Rocky the raccoon didn't make it home that night, and then the cops drove by and gave me a thumbs up like, yes, we put him down.
Well, there was my neighbor Cindy. She had a deer get in her yard once, and the poor darn thing jumped and broke both its legs on the way down off the fence. So you call the cops. This thing's in pain, and I don't know if it was the cop's first day on the job, but he missed.
Oh wow!
That poor deer went through the ringer that day. Let me tell you, that was it was not a clean streak.
A trap deer is one thing about a wounded trap deer.
The best part is my neighbor took it and cleaned it in his driveway.
Hey, why not?
Why is free?
I got a kick. I do got to admit, I love the police response. They showed up in 3 squad cars, and man, they were loaded for bear. Man, they had the shotgun. Click, click. I best be moving out of here.
Oh my God! This is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna follow up and see if it had rabies because I'm sure they had tested, but I just don't know if I want to know. When this morning when I was walking out there, I seen a duck run across the pavement in front of me and about crapped my pants. Yeah, rabies is bad stuff, man. I don't want to mess around with lightning, and I don't want to mess around with rabies.
There's 2 things, lightning and rabies.
Yeah, as a walker, those are the 2 things that want to hinder you with certain places to go. Hey, that's the beautiful part about talking trash. You could talk about litter, or you could just be talking about the crap we're talking about here.
That's why I like the segment.
Raccoons and rabies.
Well, I'm glad you picked Monday after Kentucky Derby because man, I put one on. I mean, I did.
Did you win any money on it?
Hell no.
Oh.
I couldn't win on a horse.
It was cool racing.
Oh,
the mud and
man, that
everything.
was cool. Well, like I was telling you during the break, every one of those horses was a descendant from a Secretariat. Yeah, that's
and
cool.
what I read on the news now, they're finding out Secretariat actually beat the record at Pelmont or something like that. Or,
no kidding.
Yeah, they
Wow.
said that they went through and taped all the tapes, and actually he was up for the Triple Crown that year. And
Yeah.
I thought, what's all the hullabaloo? That was so long ago. But it's like anything, man. You break a record, and it's important.
That movie was a good movie.
I love that movie. I watch it all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, for something about that movie, just I love that era.
Yeah.
With the boxing,
Yeah.
and the horse racing. It was just such a special time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, it was really fun. We went to Max, and I'm telling you, you couldn't walk in there because of the rain. It brushed everybody inside, and I'm telling you, there was a crowd. That's one of the biggest crowds I've seen.
I think they had like 150,000 people at the event.
Have you
itself.
ever been to Churchill Downs?
No. I'm not a horse race. To me, it's like, is that a sport? I mean, the jockeys seem. I mean, but is racing animals really a sport? I guess it is. It's just different. It's just different. When I think of sports, I think of physical endurance and human, skills and contacts and stuff like that. So I don't think much about the animals.
Well, and I went to Churchill Downs, so man, it is the coolest damn tour. It wasn't during like Kentucky Derby. It was just you can go.
It's Americana.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but it was like you can go under and you can watch the races. I think still underneath the track too. Like underneath, they have a little tunnel and stuff. Yeah, and there was a couple of jockeys there that used to race there all the time, and it was just really a cool experience.
140,000 people. I mean, that's like stock car, isn't it?
Well, Well, I mean, that's the other thing is how do you get out of that town? I mean, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 140,000 people. You'd be. I mean,
I guess in Ann Arbor, Michigan, that's a weekly thing for football. But
no, thank you, not
I
for
can't
me.
Imagine that. I live down in Wanda, and if I get more than 100 cars a day that drive by my road, I'm wondering if there's a wreck or somewhere nearby.
Well, and I was thinking about that because I went to a few games this last couple of weeks, and like last year, used to go to Cardinals games all the time and loved them. But now I'm getting to the point where it's like, why do I go and deal with all these damn people if I could just watch it on TV crystal clear? It's like I drink for cheaper at home.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to mention something about getting it crystal clear. I wanted to get back to the topic about a particular thing. I get hammered all the time about the name of my organization.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, by members of some prominent places in Alton, and other places, just different people. And they don't have a clue. I'm out there, I do so much community service work. Well, I do as much as I can, put it that way. But to hammer me because I call my name Chain Gang, I just wanted to explain it. When you adopt a charter from IDOT, you have to have a name to go under. And so that's what I did. I did it solely to try and draw attention so people would slow down because I have a dangerous stretch. But what Chain Gang means is ties to my community. It's very simple. So if you want to attack me for that, go right ahead. I got big shoulders, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're wrong about that.
Well, and I think you're right to say so because you really do kind of, I think, get a little bit of the brunt of the stick sometimes, and you really don't have
well,
that.
It's an easy target. Chain Gang, boy, that's appropriate for him. I'm an outspoken guy. I'm rough around the edges. I'm not real articulate.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid to put in the work or lead by example.
Right. Well, and I think it's just a good point, too, though, that, I mean, you have the right to at least defend yourself, though, and say, hey, man, this isn't, because I've known you since you started this damn thing, and you don't have an intention like that in your body. You really don't.
Well, there's some days I do, but I don't bring it here with me on the radio program. I try to keep it as positive as I can, and sometimes I don't. I get out there and I call some things that maybe I shouldn't have. But I'm not a professional at this, man. I just do what I think needs to be done, and that's why that Pride Award meant so much to me, because it represents the community.
Yeah.
Because these political places, these towns, I mean, Tom Stalkup worked with me from the city of Wood River, and he got ostracized for that. It's just crazy because there again, the chain gang was offending someone. It's just stupid, and I take offense to that. But overall, I couldn't be any more blessed and happy because of the amount of people that show up that want to participate. I've gotten electronic firms down that are starting their own groups and various different things, and It's all the positives totally outweigh the negatives,
I
and the
agree.
trash is getting so much. It's getting better and better.
Well,
all
it
the
should,
time.
because I told you before, the fact that you had to raise holy hell over trash was just ridiculous. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And it pisses me off because you see people all the time. This was amazing. It's, and I don't know how you feel about this. It was in the East Alton Neighbors group, thing. And because I follow all of them just to make sure I can never, I get all the details on stuff. And, someone posted a picture of a car that threw trash out of the vehicle. And instead of the people getting mad at the guy that threw the trash out there, well, why didn't you get out of your car and pick it up?
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, I get your argument, but the whole point is that this guy just literally launched trash out of his car. Why is it my problem that this guy threw trash out of his car? And I wasn't the one that made the post, but I'm like, I'm getting mad for him.
Yeah, there was a gentleman that contacted me by Facebook, and he said, I would have helped you, but you cussed me out when I pulled over and asked you if you needed anything. I thought, why would I cuss someone out if they pull over and ask me? I mean, that's just so wrong. Believe me, I've cussed out many of people, but it's never been people that's called them. And that's not right. I'm wrong in a lot of things, but I try. I try. That's all. Hey, I keep telling my friends, I'm not in charge. I'm just a tool of the Lord. He put me in this. I just do what I think he wants me to do.
I love it, man. Well, and what's coming down the pipeline for you?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
I've pulled my ties away from the county. I don't go to any more county board meetings and raise Cain over there. I talked to Chris Slusher quite a bit. Like I said, I talked to the Madison County Police Chief today. I do, as far as giving them reports on what's going on with the activity with the trash. But to me, I find it so much more of a humbling experience working for members of my community as opposed to trying to get something accomplished in the county because it's so political. I mean, some of these I don't want to get into it, but some of these politicians, I view it as political figures, elected officials should be held to a little higher standards than I hold you to.
You'd think. You'd think.
But unfortunately, like we were talking about before, you get people that don't want to be attacked in that capacity, so they don't run for office. So you get a bunch of knuckleheads that run because they're good for photo shoots or they got some ideas that somebody likes, and they're not sincere about what they're doing. And so it's frustrating at times. It's frustrating. That's enough. I don't need to get on that. It's a positive day. It's a beautiful day out
This was a great hour. This hour flew by. Thank you, Rusty.
Yeah.
Hey, really though, congratulations on your award and all that.
Yes, thank you for the group of Pride. It's funny because I hear my friends go, Pride, isn't that big gay organization?
No.
And I was like, what if it was?
It doesn't matter.
That'd be even more of a blessing if it was.
That's, I've always, people started doing that a couple of years ago. I'm like, why does it matter? They can both be Pride. It's not a big deal.
Take Pride. There's a gym down in Wood River that does big business, Pride workout.
Like you said, I hate when people get on their damn soapboxes like that. Rusty.
Yeah, I do, man. I welcome anybody that wants to come and help me and be proud of their community. Pride is what everything is all about.
Exactly, man. I love that. That's a good positive message to end on.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Hey, if you're digging into your family's roots, or if you want to explore some of the Riverbend's rich history, the Hayner Public Library District is your go-to destination. Their genealogy and local history library, My Voice Better Get Through This Because I Gotta Get Paid, is packed with resources, books on steamboats, railroads, and Alton's famous figures, plus events that bring history to life. Whether you're a seasoned researcher or just curious, Hayner Library has the tools to help you uncover your family story. Learn more at HaynerLibrary.org, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show, hitting you in the nose, 10:02. That is the time on this Monday morning, and here's what you need to know. A collision involving 2 vehicles occurred at the intersection of Berkshire Boulevard and Wood River Avenue in East Alton around 3:03 p.m. on the first day of May. That was Thursday. Authorities report the crash resulted from a road rage incident on Wood River Avenue where one driver ran a red light in an attempt to evade the other. East Alton Police Chief Scott Golacki described the impact as unusual for the location. Injuries were minor. One occupant taken to the hospital by ambulance while another was treated at the scene and released. A traffic citation was issued in connection with this incident. 2 Riverbend residents, Henry Lakin, 37, and David Miller, 50, have been charged with Class 2 felonies for burglary for unlawfully entering a building at the Sunnybrook apartment construction site in Alton on March the 7th. The incident occurred at the site located on Washington Avenue where they allegedly entered to commit theft. Both suspects were arrested by the Alton Police Department and have been granted pretrial release. Miller faces additional burglary charges from a separate Granite City case, one we followed, and we'll keep you updated as more details emerge. Finally in the news today, Steve Medford returns as the head boys basketball coach for Marquette Catholic. They did announce the school has announced the return of Steve Medford as the boys head coach. Marking his second tenure with the Explorers, Medford led the team from 2010 to 2022, boasting an impressive record of 276 wins and 85 losses, including 10 20-win seasons and an undefeated year in 2017 to 2018. Under his leadership, the team secured 8 IHSA regional championships and 1 sectional championship. Medford, a 7-time IBCA District 19 Coach of the Year, expressed excitement about returning to his passion for coaching and shaping young athletes. Marquette looks forward to his leadership back at the helm. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend this morning. It's 10:04. Let's take a look at weather. 54 degrees. It feels like 55 out there today. Passing showers, cloudy this morning, then times of clouds and sun this afternoon. Tonight, turning cloudy and cool. Fog later on this evening. Air quality at 51, which is moderate. Grass is moderate. Mold is moderate. Ragweed's moderate, and the tree levels are too. I need my Claritin. Today, Monday, a high of 61 degrees, a low of 54 as we head into Tuesday. But, man, watch the humidity today. It ain't sweatshirt weather. On Tuesday, a high of 70, a low of 51. No rain in the forecast. And for the next 4 days, it's just partly sunny skies and mild temperatures. On Wednesday, a high of 70, a low of 52. On Thursday, a high of 71, a low of 47 degrees. And on Friday, the 9th day of May, a high of 67. A low of 46, and that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. That's a look at weather, and here's what's happening now. 10:04, 54 degrees, 55 out there for the real feel. You can download the RiverBender.com app to stay up to date and never miss out. Plus, get the Around the Riverbend app or email every day in your inbox and on Saturdays, and join myself and 70,000 other people. Hey, before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Community Christmas. You know, we need people to sell raffle tickets. And we need people to buy them, too. I'm sorry, my voice is like completely going out. I need to take an allergy pill, and we need to get this morning moving. But hey, you know, Community Christmas, in all seriousness, is one of the greatest community drives around. I mean, not even just in our area, but throughout the country. Think about this. So many people, so many businesses from all different walks of life come together to make sure that children have that right to a Christmas that they deserve. I mean, no matter what, I think we can all agree on that, where every child should be able to get presents from Santa, feel happy at least one day a year on the most special day of the year. And, you know, the Freers, United Way, and all the community partners just do such a great job. Tickets are just $10 to this too, and this is why I think this is so cool. For $10, you're not just helping a local child that deserves a good Christmas, you're also helping yourself for a chance to win, I don't know, $3,500 in cash. What about another $1,000 in cash? What about trips? What about Cardinals tickets? All those things are a part of it. Plus, if you want to get really into the Christmas and community mood this year, be a ticket seller. We need you to. Stop by Freer Auto Body, pick up your tickets. Make sure you tell them that I sent you over their way, and go pick up a stack of them. Sell them for $10 a piece. The highest ticket sellers this year win big too. There's great prizes. You don't want to miss out on Community Christmas. Really be a part of the community. Help area children. And that's why I think this is another great addition to it, is everything that we put into this event goes right back into the community. You know, it's not going to outside areas, even though, you know, we love those type of events too. I love one that focuses right here on the, 618, and this is what Community Christmas does so well. So make sure you stop by Freer Auto Body, pick up a packet of tickets and sell some, or just buy, I don't know, an entire packet and give yourself an even greater chance to win. Don't forget to tell them I sent you over their way. We'll take a quick break. Daily show on a Monday comes right back to you next after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
On RiverBender.com.
Said you're so good. They couldn't see and they just didn't understand. And looking in the mirror.
Welcome back. 1028, a little bit of change. It is wild to think that, blink of an eye, and we're going to be at the end of June, man.
Yeah.
Nick joins us in the studio. Mississippi River Festival back for round 2 and then some, man. A 2-dayer this year.
Yeah, it's quite the expansion, and it's what we wanted to do. We want to prove concept last year and expand and do something really cool. So 2 days this year is I'm over the moon. It's incredible.
Well, it's really cool though, man. It just adds to that riverfront experience.
Sure.
And even last year, popping in for about an hour or so and just seeing everyone just coming together and just enjoying life. It was a really just picturesque setting for you guys, and really a great way to kind of kick this off, and one that you can really build on.
Absolutely. Yeah. The last year was incredible.
Yeah.
And lots of hurdles that we had to work through, even just to get it
right.
get it on. So this year with a lot more time and a year of experience under our belt, it was like, okay, what can we do to grow this thing in a healthy way, and expanding into a multi-day model was kind of the next move. And so we're pumped about it.
Is that easier for setup and production purposes when you have that extra day, or does it cause some more issues?
No, it's about the same. It's a bit of a cost saving thing.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
You get to, you only got to set up and tear down once,
right.
which is great. So the logistics of a 2-day thing become a lot more involved, especially with more bands and things like that. Security overnight, things like that. But yeah, it's, hopefully weather cooperates and everything will be cool. And, having everything set up for 2 days down there should be pretty smooth.
Well, June 27th and June 28th, you got some great names coming in from, Ben Rector to Blackberry Smoke on Saturday, Wilder Woods on Friday, Alan Stone, and so many others. What were you looking at when you're going through and picking a lineup out? Because you aren't, like I guess a booker that we've come to know, where it's just kind of, okay, this all sounds good. You pick your hand up and you smack it down and we're good to go. You guys really do fine tune your lineup.
Yeah. So curation's really important.
Yeah.
One of the things that the original festival was so did so brilliantly and kind of set the standard for was just looking at music, arts, and culture as a whole and making sure that there's something for everybody. Last year was a pretty rock and roll heavy lineup, which is cool, and I think everyone digs it. This year we wanted to kind of get more into country, Americana, singer-songwriter, blues. There's even a lot of soul music on the lineup this year.
I like that a lot.
And so just having, something where, okay, Friday night, this may be for me or for someone, and then on Saturday night maybe for someone else, but there's also enough continuity and just good music that I think people could dig both nights too if they want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even if you're just a music lover, you know, and just want to go and have a nice playlist on a Friday night, and Saturday, there's no better venue.
Totally.
Grab a lawn seat and call it a day, you know?
Yeah, and the other thing too about curating a great lineup is there's kind of this sweet spot where it's obviously names like Blackberry Smoke has been around for 20 plus years. They have this amazing fan base and have proven themselves. But I also we've toured with those guys a few times. I've seen them. I know that they're at the peak of their musicianship right now. But a guy like Alan Stone, for example, he's kind of on this trajectory where I think the best. I mean, the stuff he's doing is incredible, but the best is still yet to come. And so just finding these artists that are right in that sweet spot where it's man, if you haven't heard this person, you need to listen to them now. And so being able to put, a 13 plus band lineup together of across the board, anyone you go and see, I think you're going to have your musical socks knocked off. And it's incredible. There's not a weak moment in the lineup.
I'm obviously not an expert on this, but it also seems like it would be a great way for you guys to network and market your event without doing it in a forced way. I mean, this is a real organic way when you're having, these guys like an Alan Stone who, maybe next year or the next couple of months, you never know how this goes, but all of a sudden, takes off a little bit or, even just goes back and says how great of a venue this was and an experience.
Sure.
That's when you get the real fun in because people want to go and play for you.
Absolutely. Like, musicians talk. As big of a world as this is, the artist circle's very small. So even after last year, like, man, I wish I wish people could experience like what I got to experience, like being backstage and talking to everybody. And there was this perfect moment where the moon like set right in between the bridge. It was beautiful. After the show, the headliners, Lark and Pope, they just hung around for like hours and didn't want to leave. And they were like talking, they were taking pictures with my kids. Like it was just such a vibe.
Yeah.
And like you can tell when people have a good time at something because they don't want to leave. The company's so good. So what happened after that is like we started to get calls almost a month after the MR from bands asking to play.
I love it.
Like from all across the country, man. Like people were calling us and saying, hey, this looked awesome. And then I think just having the legacy of the original festival too, and the stories and just that depth of history they can pull from, and seeing what we're trying to do in this sort of new day and age. I think that was kind of inspiring to people across the country, bands, and like, man, that's the type of festival I want to play. And so it was cool. I mean, booking the lineup was definitely difficult and as it is with booking music, but it was nice to be pursued. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, oh, I'd love to play that.
Well, and I mean, honestly, that's where you see the event really grow like the MRF did, because I mean, people loved going and seeing Bob, and then, I'll go play over there, or whatever, however their routing worked or whatever the situation was. But it's, man, I love this because you're creating a community down there for artists and a safe place for artists too, because I can only see in 5 years it's going to be a time when people go, hey, we have a new album we're working on. Why don't we go try this at MRF, because they love good music anyway, and we'll see how it goes,
And one of the intents of this too, it's like I'm a transplant to Alton, and like I just immediately fell in love with this whole community. I feel so privileged to be a part of it in my own way, and be able to curate like cool music down at the riverfront along with Zach, my business partner.
Yeah, where is he today?
He is on tour. Yeah. So they're in Dallas, Texas right now.
That's fair then.
Shout out to the band Feel, by the way. They they put out an EP today, which is awesome, called Into the Sun.
They're doing great, man.
Oh yeah.
Doing great.
Those are our buddies. So, but like part of the, like, like in a video game, you have like a side quest. Part of the side quest with this is like, I just want people, like artists, like we've booked, to just experience how dope Alton is.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that, and they did last year. People come, they walk around, they go check out coffee shops, they go check out local shops, and just like, there's something peaceful about being here for a weekend and kind of like immersing yourself into like the river, the vibe, the culture. And so I think like this is the perfect venue to host.
You hit on something, man, right? Really important, because we have this talk all the time about, what's Alton's identity and everything. And I've always been one that says you can't be another city twice. We obviously would love to have the vibe of Nashville, but there's already a Nashville. So why can't we just be Alton? And you're right. I think we overthink it sometimes because, you hit it on the head. We're a beautiful town that has great people and a really cool atmosphere. And let's just showcase that side of it off, because that's going to get people to want to keep coming back and having some more fun.
Things like the best things in my life, I don't know if this is true for you, but the best things in my life are this perfect balance of organized and organic.
Right.
You have to have planning, you have to have intentionality and some gusto, but it's just the people, man, who are just kind of doing it and breathe it and experience. And luckily there's a ton of that here. We don't need to like white knuckle that. Just let it be.
Right.
And then like the planning and the things we want to do, like this takes some real planning, but it's like after like the infrastructure's there, it's like, dude, let's just have fun. Like, let's just like, let's just do something really cool, and I think people will dig it.
Well, and that's why, those towns grew too. It wasn't just because they said, oh, look, here's Las Vegas. It's because everyone was having fun in Vegas in the 50s or the 30s or whatever they had, and it grew to this. And I can easily see that, especially with what you're doing here, because you're creating, with Zach and everybody else, this haven for people to go, man, we're going to Alton. Yeah, we're going to Alton once a year, and we're going to be out there having a good old time this weekend.
Totally, man. And the cool thing that we do down on the riverfront, I'm so proud of that, and that's
you should be.
Yeah, and it's awesome, and I love it. But what is maybe not more exciting, but equally as exciting to me is the ripple effect afterwards. The MRF happens once a year, and that's fun. It takes a lot of time, but then I've got 11 months out of the year where I've, what else am I doing? And it's like, there's been lots of people that have moved to this town, maybe not directly because of the MRF or like what we're doing at Harbor or whatever, but just because musicians from outsiders starting to recognize like, oh, this is a really cool place to call home. Like the Field Boys, this is their home now, or some of them, I should say. But it's just like, man, I've got a great community of creatives here. I've got great resources. I've got places to play, and I got an airport 30 minutes away. I can get
an international airport
exactly.
too.
It's a
huge.
Great place for musicians to call home, man. Or just creatives in general.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Nick here. I just got to pay a quick bill, but check out the website if you have a chance. This is MississippiRiverFest.com, and we'll take you to the full kit and caboodle here. But just some of the folks that are going to be coming down the pipeline and playing for us, and just a couple of, man, it is wild to think that the end of June is going to be here before we know it. Hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on my friends at Village Dispensary. If you want to feel happier than Snoop Dogg in a Trailer Park Boys episode, all you got to do is walk on in and see their staff. Their friendly staff will have you in and out faster than you can say up and smoke, and they'll make you feel better than Woody Harrelson at a hemp convention. If you want to see an inventory that makes Cheech and Chong blush and jealous, just go to villagedispo.com. Locally owned, community rooted, Village Dispensary believes in all about quality. Check out Village Dispo or step inside, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
no matter the season. Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'm excited for that one. I'm more excited about the MRF. You didn't hear what I was saying because my microphone was off, but, you know, who needs evolution when you got MRF? You know what I'm saying?
They're good friends of ours.
Oh, are they? Never mind. Never mind. We need them, too.
Absolutely.
We need them, too. And some special access for CJ because I love Lenny Kravitz. Anyway, back to Mississippi River Festival, June 27th and June 28th. Friday, Ben Rector is going to be the headliner.
Yes.
And now fill me in on him because I'm a little new to Ben.
Ben Rector's like having a moment, man. He's such a cool artist in the sense of just how he blends a lot of genres. It's not wild, you know, like off the rails either way, but first of all, it all starts with songwriting. Dude's an incredible songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
The musicianship is insane. It shows just so fun. Like, he did this EP, which I thought was so cool, called Old Friends, and he went back to his hometown, got his high school band back together and recorded an EP.
That's awesome.
And like even the lyrics and how it intertwines, like one of the lyrics is like, I still remember my buddy's home phone number, and he like writes it into the song. So he's crushing, man. And like I was hip to Ben back when I was in college, like 10 years ago. It was kind of like a millennial thing. But now he's kind of at this point where it's like, like older folks can get into it. My kids are into some of his music. It's just fun, feel good music that makes you want to dance.
And I just like the songwriting aspect to it too. You can always tell the difference between somebody who doesn't utilize, you know, songwriting, has that ghostwriter pays for it, or somebody that really invests in their own music. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's incredible. And like I said, I already said this, but the musicianship is insane. Just like how he's able to, you know, like really get it. And but then also like the songs are so singable and approachable. So he's crushing it all across the country, and I believe he's got some new music coming out either this weekend or next.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool that like he's active. He's still doing incredible stuff, and I think right now is like a prime Ben Rector moment, you know?
That's awesome. And now, does it start off with the writers round that night, or?
It does.
Really cool.
Yeah. So that was, you know, part of the cool thing about the MRF, like I said, was just the showcase of artistry, from dance to comedy to symphonic music to rock and roll. It's just everything. And so the songwriting culture is maybe something that a lot of people don't get to experience, because it is kind of like a behind the curtains sort of thing. But I mean, you can if you're good, right, and you write great songs, you can make a living as a songwriter, which is cool, particularly in Nashville. It's kind of like the songwriting capital of the United States, right? And so there are, you walk down like Music Row in Nashville and jump into any one of these bars, and there's writers rounds happening all the time. And so a lot of like these amazing songs that like you know Alan Jackson cut, or you know, fill in the blank, was written by someone else. Right. And so to hear that, so we're going to announce that lineup here pretty soon. I don't mind telling you some, but one of the dudes has a Morgan Wallen cut, which is really cool. There's some Cody Johnson cuts on there as well, which is cool. And then two St. Louis guys, Matt Jordan, who
he's really good.
Yeah, he bounces back and forth between St. Louis and Nashville, and is always writing there. And then my buddy Andrew Dahl, who's just an amazing songwriter, really prolific, kind of Jason Isbell-esque. Yeah,
I've heard of him a lot.
He plays all around town.
Well, and Matt Jordan, I believe, was at Grafton's Country Music Festival. If I do remember, I think I talked to him while he was down there.
Could be, man. He bounces.
He was headlining the damn thing. He was important.
He's real cool.
I love it. Well, and I think this is such a cool thing, because I don't think a lot of people truly understand the songwriting aspect of it. To see the folks there that are kind of the reasons behind why we're dancing in the car. I mean, that's cool as hell.
Yeah, and a lot of people think, you know, songwriting is just kind of like creativity in general. It's kind of this like ethereal thing that, you know, that people think it just strikes you and you got it. But man, it's such a discipline too. It's like you're showing up to the table every day, sometimes three times a day, trying to write a song. It's like you may write 100 of them that are trash, but 2 of them have some legs.
Well, it's not like TV where you have 30 minutes to get an audience to invest into you. You got like 10 seconds.
Totally. And it's like think about how many great songs have been written, in the past like 5 or 6 decades. I mean, now you got to try and come up with something new.
That's the scary part. I think that's what would freak me out because as somebody that's in my own head, I'd write something and go, man, that sounds like, I don't know, that kind of sounds like Evil Woman to me. That sounds like...
Or just comparison of like, man, that ain't as good as, she stopped loving him today. Right. You know what I mean?
See, that's totally true. And now what I think's so cool about this is you're bringing in all these different aspects of music. We got soul that's going to be taking place right after the Writers Round with Brian Owens. And then is Beth Bombera going to be with him?
No, they're separate.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian is this cool artist, man. He's been rocking in St. Louis and beyond for years, and him and his dad do some cool stuff together. But man, think like just like Marvin Gaye and Wilson Pickett and all these guys.
That's my type of music,
dude. Yeah. And he's so solid and just an amazing soul singer. And I'm excited for him to kind of, he hasn't done this soul band in a while. He's been doing a lot of kind of solo, more kind of hip hop, R&B type stuff. So getting back to like real American soul music for him is going to be real cool.
I always like that because you can really see somebody's range in their talents whenever they're in soul mode. You know what I'm saying? It's just so cool to see how they can pause that song or they can hold it for a few. It's just really cool to see the creativity coming out.
Yeah, and he's just electric on stage too, man.
Hell
just
yeah.
The dancing, the movement, it's real cool.
This is awesome. And then Beth Bombera is going to be on right after him?
Yeah, man, she's a great St. Louis artist who just does this cool Americana thing.
I like it.
And I've been hip to her songwriting now for a couple years, and so just being able to showcase kind of some regional talent, which is awesome, and she tours around a good bit, which is real cool.
One, I think just before we move on, it's so cool that you're bringing those regional ties, but even like the Nashville songwriters too. I mean, we're only 4 hours away, 4.5 from Nashville, and I think we forget sometimes that we're literally in the middle of the country and are easily accessible. So it's really cool to see the actual regional tie-in too, and that I guess Midwestern tie-in too.
Yeah. Like I said, for as big as the music industry, it's as small, and it's like, I'm pretty much in Nashville once a month at this point.
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And it's not because I like necessarily want to be. I love going there, but it's just like for what I'm doing, musically or songwriting or recording, it's like, man, there's this whole kind of community, or for lack of better terms, that it's like it's cool to be connected with those people. And then like I have a lot of Nashville cats come up to my studio to record too as well. And you're right, it's like get up at 5 a.m, I'm down there by 9:30, sessions at 10, we're good to go, and it's real cool.
Well, and then Alan Stone's going to be coming on the stage right after Beth leaves it. Now, what's he type of play?
Same thing.
Cool.
Just soul music, man. And
I love this.
This dude's voice is incredible, and he's so creative too. Like his social media is so fun to me. It's just like, it's very thoughtful. It's very curated. It's a real thing. And man, if y'all get a chance, one, just check out his music. It's electric. But then some of the bills that he's played on and stages he's performed at and who he's collaborated with,
right?
Musicians know. And yeah, I'm pumped for Alan Stone.
And then Wilder Woods will be on right before Ben closes out the Friday night show.
Yeah. So Wilder Woods is Bear Reinhardt. He is the lead singer of Need to Breathe.
Okay. Yeah.
So he started the solo project probably 4 or 5 years ago, where it's just him and this cool backing band. And so like rock and roll, roots music, soul. He just put out a new record called Curiosito. Sorry, I'm going to butcher that. The record is insanely cool.
That's awesome, man.
And he did these house sessions where he kind of performed them in a more stripped manner, and just really showcasing the voice and the musicianship. But yeah, so I love Need to Breathe. And then, to have Bear, he's kind of like a legend. Probably one of the best voices in this day and age. I mean, like truly, a vocalist.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
Especially in the world of computers and you know, tunes and all of that stuff. Or for, you know, I just think it's so cool to hear someone's raw emotion and their real voice too.
Yeah, you feel every note, man.
Hell yeah.
That's incredible.
I was just watching the other day. They started taking out all of Elvis's instrumental whenever he's old.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's wild to hear him like on the stage in 77 a cappella, man.
Yeah. And think about all that too, man. It's before auto-tune. It's before editing.
Yeah.
Man. Like that's one take.
Right,
you know? And if you screw up, you can't go, you know, you can go back and punch it, but it's like they're trying to get full performances on a piece of analog.
Right.
And it's like,
it was so cool though. I'm like, how does this guy do this all drugged up? You know, I mean, like not being funny, but not knowing where you are and being able to just to find it is so cool. And that's why I like the vibe of this, because it's real music. It's not this, I mean, it's obviously a show and that's great, but it's really about loving your own music too.
Attentionality to craft and like true performers is like what we're thinking about all the time, man. Like I don't want anything that's fake, because the MRF's not fake.
Right. And the audience knows.
Totally. And there's spots for that, and that stuff's cool. Like I you know, I can dig and appreciate it, but like I just want to be blown away every show, and so I feel we accomplished that with this lineup.
Oh, you guys totally did it. Now on Saturday, Riley Holtz and the Lost Cause starts the day off.
Yeah, Riley is he kind of. It's kind of funny if you ask him like, what sort of music do you play? He'll tell you, I don't know, but it's just country, soul, rock and roll, man.
I like it.
Yeah. And Riley, I first got hip to Riley. He did his album release show 2 years ago at Old Rock House, which is like a 500-600 person venue, and he sold it out. His first release ever. and his band was banging. There was horns, there was B3 organ, everything. And I'm sitting in the back of the venue going, oh my gosh, this dude's on his way.
Yeah.
And he's so active. He plays like 3 or 4 times a week, doing cover gigs, doing original gigs. He's recording all the time. So just somebody that like that Zach and I just wanted to like champion. Like, this dude needs to be heard.
I like this, man.
It was great. It was great.
I just saw the Rock House in your first album release is pretty damn impressive.
Honestly, it was inspiring. It was like, oh man, okay, like this, people still have a shot, you know, at making a living playing music.
You're right, man. Oh man, we could have a whole nother show on that just alone. And Zach Pearson follows him.
Yeah. So Zach is such a cool thing. Quick story about him. I went to Austin, Texas in 2018. I was just I'd never really spent much time in Austin. I saw him play at a bar down there, and I was like, this dude is like Jimi Hendrix 2.0. I mean, he was just so soulful and like the perfect amount of like unrefined guitar playing, but just was so much weight behind it. And so I've just like kind of followed him, you know, for the past few years, and he's just playing bigger and bigger venues. He's opened up for Blackberry Smoke a few times, which is real cool. And so he's doing this cool duo thing, kind of like White Stripes or like that Royal Blood Band, if you're hip to them, but like just this like real kind of heavy rock and roll thing as a duo, which is awesome. Just him and a drummer. It's
no
so
kidding.
Cool. Yeah,
that would be really fun.
It is, man.
Oh hell yeah! And then Cassie Ashton.
Yes, Cassie's from just a few hours away in California, Missouri. My band actually opened up for Cassie 3 years ago at the Rose Music Hall in Columbia.
Okay.
And she sold probably 500-600 tickets, which was real cool. But my whole band, and like, you know, musicians are kind of like, we're all naturally critical. Like, we're all, everyone's cool guys. Like, oh, check this out. But dude, all 6 of us were standing there. I wish someone would take a picture. I bet our jaws were on the floor because we're watching her perform. And like, she's going to be a superstar.
So
like,
you just knew watching her.
We were just mesmerized with just her attitude. Her new record, From the Dirt, is insanely good. Like, please do yourself a favor and listen to that record. And then she's doing stuff with like Lainey Wilson now, which is huge.
God,
so again, kind of like I said, that trajectory is real important. So
you just kind of see it on her when she's out there. Some people just have that, you know. It's so cool.
And I think particularly not to put people in camps or anything, but like particularly in the 90s, man, like women in country music in the 90s had like a thing.
Right.
Like they were the queens, man. And I think that's actually happening right now.
I do too, especially with like Lainey and all that.
Lainey and Marin and
and
Ashley McBride and Cassie. There's like this powerhouse of female country artists right now.
Well, and it's like they know it too, and they want this to really be the wave. I mean, you can see them and just how they're networking and they're working just on projects. It's really cool.
It's they're having a moment. It is what it is, you know.
And then you got Jeremy Albino that's going to be right afterwards.
Yeah, he's a Canadian cat who kind of spends a lot of time in Texas, and I saw like the first thing we do whenever we're curating a lineup is we'll go and watch live performances, just even if it's just like crappy YouTube quality performance,
gotcha.
and we're just like sitting there saying, okay, how does this translate to what we're doing? Saw this dude on a YouTube video, and we're like, that is awesome. And it was like this guy needs to be on our stage. So
do you have like a set criteria, or is it all just how you feel when you're observing and you're watching, you know, film, or you're there in person?
Like for the lineup as a whole, or individual
just
bands?
individual bands, and it could be for the whole lineup too. Like, is there any like actual set rubric you have in your mind, or is it just like, you know what? Yes. No.
I think maybe like internally without thinking about it, I probably do. But if I were to describe it, I'd say no. You just have to have that thing.
Yeah.
And it's like something you can't put a finger on, but you know it when you see it.
That's why I think production and promotion and all that is such a specialty, because I mean, no one can give you the formula for a perfect show or that perfect act. It's literally on your gut and heart and your mind a little bit.
Intuition and instinct. It's that balance of like knowing, oh, people are going to dig this, even if you've never heard it. But then also like you got to book bands that people are going to come to see, because I got to sell tickets down. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, and then like even, you know, we were trying to kind of do like on Saturday nights, kind of this Southern rock, country, Americana. And then on Friday night, it's kind of this indie, R&B, soul, pop sort of thing. So kind of having, you know, a little bit of framework when we're thinking about the 2 days.
I love it. I mean, it really is cool. Nikki Lane will be on right after Jeremy.
Yeah,
kind of the same.
Yeah, she's like the queen of outlaw country.
No way. Oh, that's cool.
So cool. So Western. So much attitude. She's in Nashville now, but she spent a lot of time out in LA and Texas, and she put out this record called Highway Queen. And it's like you watch that and you're just like, I just want to go rob a bank. But it just like transports you somewhere new, and man, she's so damn cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fill me in on Brent Cobb.
Brent Cobb, like prolific songwriter. He's written probably a lot of songs that people would know, but as a solo artist, man, just this cool, swampy, Southern like country music, but also kind of tilts its way into Southern rock a little bit too. And so he's worked with Blackberry Smoke before. He's actually the cousin of a very legendary producer named Dave Cobb, who's produced like Stapleton's records.
Yeah,
and
okay.
things like
I've
that.
heard of the name for sure.
Totally. And just an absolute stud. Yeah,
man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors are going to be the co-headliner, or just do you have a co-head, or is it just one headliner?
So we'd call it like direct support.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's interesting.
So Drew Holcomb and his wife Ellie too, right? They're just like Nashville legends. They're kind of they did a lot of touring with Need to Breathe, with Ben Rector, with Judah and the Lion, if you're hip to that band. Yeah, and they're just like they're kind of everybody's friends, and just again fun Americana music, and songwriting, craftsmanship, musicianship, all top notch.
Well, and then of course the Saturday wraps up with Blackberry Smoke, which is it's gonna be freaking awesome. For folks though that don't really have an understanding, what can they expect when they go and see them headline this night?
Totally. Obviously there was a huge Southern rock thing in the 70s, right? Like you had Skinner, you had Marshall Tucker, you had just this powerhouse bands. Southern rock has been something in the modern age that's kind of like undefined, because country music got so expansive. Right. It was like, well, what is it now? Man, if you could paint a picture of what perfect Southern rock music is, I'd say go listen to Blackberry Smoke. And the cool thing about that is they're so dynamic in the sense of like they will fit perfectly on like a country bill. They'll also fit perfectly on like a hard rock bill as well too. Charlie Starr, their front man, is like one of the most prolific guitar players ever, and so respected amongst people. Like Billy Gibbons has given Charlie compliments on his guitar playing. They've been a band for like almost 25 years. I got real hip to them in 2012, 2013 with their Whippoorwill record. And it was just this perfect balance of like in your face riffs with like this tender songwriting, and then his vocals are just soaring above all of it. We got a chance to tour with them a few years back, and so we got to hang out with their camp. And they were, when you're like an opening band, man, you're kind of like a lost dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Bit.
Yeah.
And they were like the sweetest dudes, and it was with the Field guys, and they were like just so gentle and just welcomed all of us in. And I was like, man, the humanity and like the cool nature, and I could just tell there's a love of music and just sharing industry things and how to survive on the road. So it's cool to.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
No matter the season, Played Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Played Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show, 1046. You couldn't hear that because I still need a job. And Megan, Mary, Beyond the Shelves with Hayner Library. That rhymed, and I didn't even try to do that. That was cool. That was cool. Getting good at this job. Summer reading's right around the corner.
Yes.
It is literally May the 5th.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Crazy's an understatement.
Yeah,
this year kind of flew by. I blinked in January, you know?
Yes, I know, yeah.
So where do you want to start? Do we want to start at summer reading, or do you want to start with some other stuff?
Let's have Megan start with summer reading. So.
Well, I'll start off our Wednesday, because we have our Teen Crime Stopper.
Oh, cool,
with our detective coming.
Which detective?
Detective Custer from Alton Police Department.
Mhm.
He's going to come and solve a Jane Doe mystery. with the teens.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do they do that quite a bit with you guys? Is this kind of a special occurrence?
Once a year. So he did it last year, and it went really well. And he's like, hey, let me know when you want to do it again, and I'm coming. So he's coming on Wednesday.
Are they excited for it?
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
All the teens are just like, oh, we cannot wait until Wednesday.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Into it. They really get into it.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I usually leave my murder board up for your guys'. They usually have a meeting right after.
That's
They're
really
always
cool.
Like, what happened? I was like, yeah, just leave it up.
If you're just tuning in, by the way, it's 53 degrees, but in the studio it's 110.
Really warm.
So
But
if
my
you see,
hands are cold.
if you see me sweating, it's not the end. I promise you. There's just something going on with the climate down here. Well, and now with Crime Stoppers, how long has that been going on for you? That's years, isn't it?
2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, almost 2 years. We're finishing up our second year.
Do they have to register ahead of time for this one?
No, not really. Not yet. Not yet.
Really cool.
I mean, we get about 12 kids, 12 teens coming, and usually I have enough for everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now, when does summer reading start?
June 2nd.
Oh, we're less than a month away.
Yeah.
Busy
It's coming
season's
up.
here.
Yes, it is. And, I just was going to tell, people always say, oh, when do you start planning this stuff? I mean, they start planning summer reading program in the winter, you know, maybe even before then,
We start right at the beginning of January.
Yeah.
Do you
so
really?
It takes a
Wow.
long time to get this
Wow.
because there's programming 7 days a week. Whether
Yeah.
it's an active program or a passive program, there's 7 day a week programming for 6 weeks. It's a lot.
Well, it is. And honestly, it's not like the library stops either, like
No.
the actual function, too, of the internal work.
Yeah,
and so you have
that's
to have a
on
good
top
team.
of the library work. Yeah, we do. We have a really
How
good
do you prep
staff.
for that?
So in May, we usually have 2 weeks of our programs, and then we take a 2-week break to prepare and get everything fully ready. I mean, the whole month of April, I've been making up all my displays and all my crafts and getting everything ready. And then I'm basically going to completely change the teen space at the library and decorate it with our theme this year.
And what is the theme?
Level up.
Yep.
So it's all kind of like you're leveling up yourself, you're reading.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And
Okay.
we're bringing in gaming themes. So mine is all retro.
Oh.
So my area is all retro stuff.
Like
Tetris. I made a giant,
okay, so we're going all the way back.
Rubik's Cube.
Did you really?
I did. And I have a Sonic level going up.
I love that.
I have Pac-Man.
Well,
I'm going crazy.
I think it's so cool though that you guys at the library get so into this because I mean, everyone can do a summer reading program and has one, but if you don't have a staff that really gets invested in it and loves it, the kids aren't going to either.
Yeah, we're really excited with this.
I love this. Well, it's June 10th through July 10th.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
June 2nd. Yeah.
Mine.
Oh, if I actually read correctly, I need to take part in this program.
The summer slide, CJ. The summer slide.
That happened 8 years ago, Mary. I'm starting to worry. June the 2nd through July the 10th, win weekly prizes for reading. Attend free performances and programs for the whole family. You can also register through Beanstack?
Yes.
Is that how you have to register?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how we get all of our numbers, and we can keep track. And there's challenges, and I guess we'll just say for the quests. We have quests on there.
Yeah.
And that's how we're able to, you guys complete it.
Is Beanstack pretty easy to navigate when you open it for the first time?
Yeah, and the other thing too is if any parents or grandparents, because we have a lot of grandparents that watch their kids in the summer. If grandparents have an issue with it, we can absolutely help them. That's not a problem. The staff can assist them in using it. Same way with parents. It's something that we're able to help people with.
Man, you guys are pulling out all the stops on these programs and performances.
Yeah, we've got some good programs and some performances. So Megan's got some great teens, and then we have on Wednesdays is when we actually bring in a weekly performer for the kids.
Yeah.
So on every Wednesday from June 4th through July 9th, so we have like a science heroes program. We have these are all interactive programming.
Not to cut you off though, but I love how science presentations are getting so much more interactive.
They're so
Isn't
cool.
it crazy?
They are so cool. I mean, the kids, we do
I
all
like
these
it more
science
than the kids
experiments
do.
in front of in front of them, and the kids participate, and they're getting into it. It's a lot
is
of fun.
awesome. Yeah,
we've got Circus Kaput coming. Everybody loves Circus Kaput.
They do
Circus
a good
Kaput
job.
will be there.
They're the best.
We've got Marco Polo Music coming. We have Mario and Luigi coming to visit us. We have an Island Princess event. All this is on our website.
What are Swords and Roses?
Swords and Roses have been coming for a couple of years. It's sort of an interactive, almost like a play. They put on a
Do they
play
swallow
and
swords?
No. No. They come on with the kids, and they bring the kids in for participation. No. Our insurance agent is now freaking out. I can reassure her.
And so are some of the board members.
No sword swallowing.
That was just one of my harebrained ideas. Don't pay no attention to it.
Usually your ideas I'll take, but not this time. Not this time. No.
I love this. So programs, though, are really cool, too. You got Mondays at 10 a.m., so what's that kind of look like?
So that one, Teresa does like an art one. She does like an art craft each week on Mondays. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Press Start for Art, and that's for ages 2 through 6, and those are on Mondays. We try to kind of pair the kids by their age group so that they're. And then Tuesdays we have Stories in Art, which are downtown with Mary Kay. And Jen Dunnigan's going to be coming, and she like does an art project.
She does it while Mary Kay reads a story. It's amazing she does.
Yeah, so the kids can watch art being made. And then what's really cool about that one is you can put your name in for a drawing, and then at the end of the summer, all the art that was made during the summer reading program, the kids have a chance to win, so they can have it and take home with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really neat too, and it's kind of fun for the kids to watch the art being made, and it's in theme with the story, so it's
well, and
it's
it
a lot
helps
of fun.
them too, because how many kids don't know where to start on art?
Yeah,
and it's like
you can see it. Yeah, and also it exposes kids to art and artists and the process of making art with a with a real artist, which is something else that we wanted to expose kids to. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and then these what are these Thursday Treasure Quest treasure hunts? Say that one 4 times.
Right.
So they're like our scavenger hunts that we do already, but we're doing it weekly, and it's all like gaming based. It's really fun.
I love
that. Yeah, the kids get to walk through the library. So it's a twofold. The kids love the fact that it's a treasure hunt, because who doesn't love a treasure hunt? But at the same time, they're learning about the library. So they're learning like what is nonfiction, what is fiction, what is an easy reader, where is this author, what type of book. So they're learning what we have in the library and how to find it. At the same time, while they're not really, that's not, they get a prize at the end
I
too.
love that.
Yeah.
Well, and Megan, you got a lot for the teens lined up.
I
oh
do.
my gosh,
I have
this
a
is
lot.
Wow. Do you have chapters in this flyer? Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick pause. We'll come back with the Teen Space portion of the summer reading program. I'm going to hopefully find my voice. I don't know what happened to it within the last 30 seconds, but we're losing it here. We're losing them! And we'll come back and talk with more Hayner Library and all the great stuff. Summer's just beginning in the 618. Hayner Library is here for you every step of the way.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
But I keep on thinking about you, sister golden hair surprise. And I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? Now I've been one more correspondent, and I've been two.
Welcome back to our daily show. Just having some fun in the studio. 11 o'clock as we're rolling into the top of the hour here, and time to get to the teen portion of summer reading.
Yay!
All right, you kind of pulled out the kitchen sink here. Where do we start?
So on Mondays we do like a craft.
Uh-huh.
So a gaming craft. We're doing a dragon egg, Tetris magnet.
That'll be cool. I saw that, and I thought that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Were you ever good at Tetris?
No.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, well, I'm a child of the 80s. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God dang.
Yeah,
I had it on the Nokia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I was born late 70s. I'm a child of the 80s. So Tetris, man. Yeah.
I
It's about
panic.
it's the only video game that and maybe the original Super Mario Brothers. And then I stopped. I'm like, I'm out. No, we still have an Atari. So.
Do you have the original?
Yeah, we have the original Atari in our
that's
basement.
worth money.
So
That's
Pong,
worth money.
Yeah, I know Paul wouldn't sell that for all the money
Paul's
in the
like,
world.
CJ, you better shut up right now.
Yeah, I can feel him right now. He's in his office, just like, you know.
It was like when someone touches the thermostat, he just shut up.
Yeah,
you know?
he's like,
Oh man, I like, but on the Nokia they had Tetris and Dig-a-Dug.
I don't even know what Dig-a-Dug is.
I don't either, but it was like a snake game. You know, it's like a little miner.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
I
fun.
remember that.
Yeah, I was good at Snake though. I could play the heck out
I
of
can
it.
do that.
No.
Tetris, I panic. When they're starting to come down, I'm like, oh no, where do I put it?
You know what's crazy? Like the new games where you have to do have complete focus. I can do that all, but like when it comes to retro games,
Can you?
Not even close.
See, you
Yep.
give me more than one button on a controller and I'm out. I don't want more than one button. So up or down. That's it.
Well, and then what's this DIY board game?
Okay, so we're making a Lazy Susan for board games. No, you hate leaning over and like,
Yeah.
oh, excuse me, knocking over other
That's
other pieces.
really cool.
You just
Yeah,
spin that sucker.
I like this, and it's 12 to 18 for these.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we're making that, and then controller button coasters. Then we'll have Mario Diamond Art stickers.
Oh, people will like those a lot.
Yes.
People love that diamond art.
They love
What is
diamond
that?
art.
Yeah.
So they're little images with numbers or letters, and you match the diamond
gotcha.
to that.
Really cool.
Like almost like paint by number, but with little
Yes,
gem
little
sticky
gems.
things.
Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Yeah, the teens love them.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, and then on Wednesdays you have this called Level Up Gaming.
Yes,
4
so
to
it's
5.
all gaming. So we'll have live action Monopoly. So I'll have a giant Monopoly board I'm creating.
Oh.
Where you're the piece.
Oh.
So you're walking along.
What happens when you go bankrupt in live action? Does someone actually grab you, or like how does that work?
I'll just kick him out. Make go sit
We've
down.
got a job for you on Wednesdays from 4 to 5.
It's
CJ.
actually just Citibank calling you, and you have to learn how to hit decline.
I'm not here.
New phone.
Okay, this is great. So how long? So this is going to be an hour-long Monopoly game?
Yes.
I love this. So how many can you take on this board?
I'm going to wing it. I'm just going to wing it. I'm technically not allowed, via my husband told me, I'm not allowed to ever play Monopoly again.
Are you competitive?
Apparently, I'm very competitive, and I get mad when he makes me lose.
Oh, see, I always lose money in the game. Like I could be up 10,000, and I'd still be in the hole 25 by the time we're out of here. You know.
I try to do the long game, and then all of a sudden he just buys everything, and I have zero money, and I'm like, you cheated.
That's really cool. I like this. That's gonna be fun. That's June the 4th, 4 to 5 p.m. And then you got Granny's Bingo on June the 11th.
Granny's Bingo. The teens are really excited for this one. They actually were the ones that's like, hey, can we do this?
Like original traditional bingo.
Yes, original. We'll have the little spinnies.
You're gonna have trolls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trolls. I forgot. Yeah.
I told them bring their good luck charms because they're going to dress up as grannies.
I love that.
They're
That'd be
coming in
fun.
with little powdered wigs, and one's bringing a walker. So if you want to come,
If they need
dress
mine,
up
let
as
me know.
grannies.
You know, have you ever seen the video of the old lady that stands up for her grandson at bingo? And she's ready to start the fight.
No.
She was like, you better not talk to my grandson like that. Oh my goodness, I live for that video. I love that, Grandma. Giant board game night. What's that?
So I'm creating a giant battleship. We have
Man,
giant
she's going to work.
Uno,
No.
and we have giant Jenga.
Where do you find the time to get all this done?
I've been busy. I've been busy.
She has been busy.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
she's
a
been doing
lot of
great
work.
Job.
Yeah, usually when you see me, I'm usually doing some sort of craft, getting it ready at my desk. Every time you come in,
But this
there's
is the
something
reason we
different.
went from having just a couple of teens in our
Yeah.
program to having like consistently 12, 15, 20 teens show up is Meg. I mean, she's just done
really
such
good.
a great
Thank you.
job. Yeah, a really great job. And the teens love her. They love the programs and she listens to them. I mean, the Granny Bingo thing, who I would never have thought teens would want to play.
That would be
old
the
school
last
bingo.
thing on my mind,
And
yeah.
they do. So, you know, and so you got to give them what they want. So, yeah.
What is FNAF?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, live action Five Nights at Freddy's. So
Oh
this one,
man, that'll be fun.
I really went into my creativeness on this.
You know what? That's like the end of my childhood was when Five Nights at Freddy's started, and then that teddy bear jumped out on my phone screen, and I never looked
You
back.
never went back,
Paused.
and I was like, I don't know what this is.
Never went
so,
back to a Chuck E. Cheese.
I survived night one, and then that was it. I was like, okay, I can't do this again.
I can't survive anything. I can't. I was just talking to Departure Days, you know, at Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. I wouldn't last in the 1800s 4 minutes.
Oh.
I'd have a cold and I'd
be
go to the
okay.
doctor voluntarily until they give me mercury, and then there I am getting eaten by a buzzard in the road.
I think I'd be all right. I think I'd be all right.
What's Giant Twister?
So, Giant Twister, it's going to be basically, if you think about it, 3 Twister boards together.
Oh, okay.
And this way it gives them more room to really reach and put their, hands, feet, wherever they need to go.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to switch it up where I'm going to add a few things where it's like, okay, get up and dance or something.
Fun.
Really make it unique.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
I like that a lot. And that's going to be Wednesdays, June the 4th through July the 2nd from 4 to 5 p.m. And then Monday, July the 7th is the Big Shaboozy.
Yes, it's the big party. So at 2:30, I'm going to announce who won our basket prizes.
How do you win those?
So that's on Beanstack. So you have to read your 5 books. You had to do a certain amount of challenges to get tickets. And when you get those tickets, you can put them into whichever baskets you want.
Okay.
So I have 3 baskets. Well, I have a registration basket, and then I have a murder mystery basket. And then I have a gaming basket.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, like a Monopoly type basket.
What's Happy Faces?
So they are a program that's coming in.
Okay.
And they're going to do a murder mystery party with all of us.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really funny because and when we do what we call weeding of our collection, which is, you get rid of older titles and things in your collection that aren't circulating as well to make room for all the new things that we get. Mysteries are the hardest thing to weed out because everybody reads mysteries. I mean, you look to see like what hasn't been checked out in a long time, and when you get to the mystery section, there's nothing because everybody checks mysteries out, and even the teens. I mean, even the teens love mysteries. Teens or mysteries by far are our number one genre. That
I would have thought it been seriously. I would have thought it been nonfiction.
Yeah, no.
Like bios
mysteries by a long shot.
Wow.
People love murder mysteries.
What's the least checked out book?
Oh, probably Western. It's funny because Westerns don't get checked out nearly as much as they used to, which is a shame because Westerns are really good stories.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's not as many people checking them out as usual. Sci-fi, fantasy, that gets checked out. Well, I would think probably Westerns. Yeah. Biographies are checked out a lot. Nonfiction's checked out a lot. But mysteries by far are the most popular genre that we have.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's so fascinating.
And then when I say mysteries, I also mean like... adventure, like spy
novels,
thrillers, that kind of
suspense
stuff too. Suspense,
yeah.
Yeah, by far. Yeah.
So, do we hit on the kids as well, the kids space?
Yeah. So, kids can sign up for summer reading program. Like Megan said, it starts January. It starts June 2nd.
I hear you.
Yeah,
today.
It starts June 2nd. And there's a prize. If you register that day, your name goes into a drawing for a prize for first day registration. But you can register, obviously, anytime after that.
Yeah, same with the teens.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, what else is coming down the pipeline?
So we've got a couple people have called about the Thomas Jefferson program that we have coming up.
It's empty.
It's full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't get in there.
You can't. The registration is totally full with that. An evening with Thomas Jefferson.
Well, that was like weeks ago.
It was.
Too. I mean,
so
that's
we just had a couple
wild to
people
me.
that called about it, and I felt bad. It's like, I know you want to come and see
I
him.
hate this.
I know. We try to have him back as much as he's willing to come back. So anytime they say, "Can we come?" we say yes because there's huge demand for it.
I hate to say it though. I mean, with just not even him, but all the other programs,
All
you're
the
going to have to
programs.
find a way to expand
I
a
know
room
we
here.
need some extra room.
I mean, it's
we need some extra
incredible.
room. Honestly, I mean, we talk about that all the time. We do need extra room. We're running out of space, which is a good problem to
It
have.
is, because
like you're a
people love
victim
it.
of your own success. People love the programming. But Thomas Jefferson will be this Friday, May 9th at 6 o'clock at the Genealogy and Local History Library. That one registration is full for that. But if you're registered for it and we've called, come on out. Then we have Wednesday, May 14th. We have a Bob Dylan tribute.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah. So if you want to come and learn about Bob Dylan and hear some of his music played 6 to 7:30 at the mall on Wednesday, May 14th.
I love Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I do
the
too.
new movie actually is pretty good.
I haven't seen it yet. But and then we have family line dancing. That is on Wednesdays.
Are you going? Are you going?
No, but I want to.
Yeah,
I think that we were talking about that. I think that is going to be so cool.
It's going to be so much fun. So that starts Wednesday, May 21st, and it runs on Wednesdays from May 21st. There's four dance lessons. May 21st through June 11th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Mall Library upstairs in the performance room. And then on Sunday, May 18th, we have a gardening program that's going to be taking place in our parking lot downtown. So,
which one's this one?
This one is at the pollinator garden. So
we're
going to be planting a pollinator garden at the downtown library parking lot.
That always looks so cool.
So yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a gardener and you like to plant, we're going to have native plants, and we're going to have that. That'll be May 18th at 12:30. Just
I like the native plants. I'll just say it. I really do. I think they look good. Is your garden over across the street too? Is that yours? That sunken garden?
So we have a little pocket park at the corner. That's ours. Everybody thinks it's a city park.
Yeah, that's like one
ours.
of my favorite places to sit.
So we've got that one, and so that one's ours. We actually have quite a bit downtown. We have that park, and then we have a park on the side of the Genealogy and Local History Library.
That's
so
beautiful.
Everybody remembers when we were kids, that was the children's library. At least when I was a kid, it was the children's library. And the dolphin statues are down there. So that's that garden. We have that one. We have the one on the corner of 4th and State. And then we have our parking lot. There's like a bench area, and that's where we're putting in the pollinator garden. Yep.
Do you have to register for that ahead of time?
No. And if people want to just show up, if you have shovels and gardening gloves, and you can bring your tools.
And a good spirit.
That's right. And a good attitude. That goes a long way. So just bring your spades, your shovels, your rakes, all that stuff, and your gardening gloves, and we'll also have some tools for people. So we'll provide the plants. So
I like it.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on.
Did we hit it all?
We hit it all. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Got everything, Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned.
All right.
We're out of time. Hey, I will see you all back here live at 9 tomorrow for more of our daily show. Until then, good luck with whatever the hell's going on outside, because I don't know, Mother Nature don't know. It's hot, it's 50 degrees. Just try your best to stay out of jail.